Hello, my name's Fox Renzo. They can have it Fox. And, God, man, I wish, like, if for whatever reason kids are watching this for, I don't know, whatever reason. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Actually, a lot of people watch the Star versus one, but then again, that's 50-50 who watches it. But basically, don't let your parents throw away your stuff. Because I had a stuffed animal, I had a big stuffed animal, Pooh Bear and Tigger. And, man, I kind of hope it's in a box somewhere. I really do. But I just got out of Christopher Robin, where it is like I'm gonna say right off the bat, it is a movie that you have seen before in some case. You have seen before, um, with like the whole point of it's kind of the they're in their world and they're brought over into our world kind of scenario. Though in this one, I will say it feels more emotionally. This one's more emotionally driven than a lot of other movies, than a lot of the other versions where it's Smurfs or something like that. This is more emotionally driven, I'll say. And I don't know, maybe it's just because I just kind of love these characters and like just the pure innocence of it. I just kind of I loved about this movie, and I don't know, I liked it. It was fun, but basically, in a similar fashion, even kind of like to the Peter Rabbit one, which is another version of this as well, and I would recommend that as well with this one. I would say to go see this in theaters, but basically, if you've seen the trailers, you kind of get a little bit of what it is, though they do like shorten it in the trailer, but and extend it throughout the rest of the movie. Basically, the whole thing is again like Christopher Robin leaves home, and basically where it starts at the beginning, where you see him as a kid playing with everyone, and then basically he leaves and goes home to. He leaves to go to boarding school, and then when his dad dies, because in his dad dies, and they say that you're the man of the house now and stuff like that, and you slowly see as Peter, because slowly becomes Obi-Wan Kenobi and becomes hardened. You see as he goes out to World War One, which I was like, okay, I didn't think of that. And like how he left when like his wife got pregnant, and now he's back in his 3-year-old, and like he kind of needs to learn how to fit into this, and like his daughter is trying to search for his approval. He's worrying a lot about work and stuff like that, which again, I've seen this lesson done before. The whole idea, again, work, like when people obsess over work other than, happiness and family and stuff like that, which just the thing that, I don't know, this is the thing that I like, this is the thing I like, I don't know when this was done, maybe it's just the urban legend, I don't know, but what is it? They said the biggest regrets on someone's deathbed, the biggest regrets is that they work too much, that they wish they worked less. That is like the biggest regrets on deathbeds, and I would say live your life having fun, live your life, yeah, work and all that sucks, and I wish this world didn't work like such a stupid way. But I would say try to have as much fun as you can in your life. But yeah, but basically it's that. So basically, the parent, like Christopher Robin, he works at a firm. He works at like, again, even to the similar stable point is that they work at a firm and they have some kind of tough thing that has a deadline to it. In this case, Christopher Robin has to make cuts in the company, whether that be people or whatnot, to then save money for the company, or the whole company's going bankrupt or whatever. But to do this, he has to then not go on a family trip with his wife and daughter, who then leave. The wife, of course, is angry. The daughter is sad, especially since she's been working like hard. She's been like studying and doing all this stuff, so that way she could kind of make her dad proud, and as well as not get sent to a boarding school for her. And and so Christopher Robin again has to make cuts, and basically after like his neighbor who really wants to play like a card game with him, after Christopher Robin basically just going kind of not dark, but like what the Hundred Acre Woods is a reflection kind of Christopher Robin's like Winnie the Pooh kind of wakes up and it's like a super mist everywhere. He can't see anything. And the thing is, it's like really this movie works so well. Basically, again, Christopher Robin finds Pooh after Pooh wakes up in a misty Hundred Acre Wood where he can't find his friends. Goes through the door, which somehow leads to the park that's across Christopher Robin Street, and then you get the trailer where Chris Robin goes what to do, and then Pooh goes what to do indeed, and the whole scene it goes Pooh, Christopher Robin. It's so sad and beautiful, and I love it. And again, like this movie, it works emotionally. I really love this movie because again, even though I've seen it before, it's very emotional. Like when you slowly see as Christopher Robin grows older. Well, I'm bringing it up. Grows older, you see when he leaves, says bye to Pooh, and then you slowly see as he grows older, going through all these things, and you always see Pooh like every day going to the door that leads from Christopher Robin's house. That leads to Christopher Robin's house. It's like basically the magic wardrobe kind of thing. And he always goes there and waits for Christopher Robin to come back. And like, that's so goddamn like the biggest saddest stories always are like the story of like a good friend waiting there. Like Winnie the Pooh was doing, or like in Puerto Rico, there's a story of the stone dog formation because there's a formation, and I'm going a little off topic, but there's also a Japanese kind of story similar. But in the Puerto Rican one, there's this rock formation that looks like a dog, and the legend behind it is that the dog would always go up to the dock and wait for his master to come back and forth. But one day his master went out during a storm and never came back, and the dog sat there and stood there for years and years until he turns to stone. And he's that rock formation. And you've seen that in like Futurama and Hachiko, I want to say, in Japan, in Shibuya, was the dog that sat at the train station waiting for his master who never came back and then died there. Stuff like that. Like, that's always so goddamn sad, and like this one was sad. And then basically, again, when Pooh and Christopher Robin get together, Pooh kind of like disturbs life, though not like insanely like a lot of movies where it's like, oh, you might mess this up. It's like, no, it's more like, it's Winnie the Pooh, so like, it's not like he knows he's doing bad. And like, basically, Christopher Robin has to take him, because apparently the tree only was a one way, and so he has to take him all the way back to his childhood home. And then from there, he does take his childhood home, but also tries to, dodge his daughter and wife. And basically, you know this movie. I would say to go see it. Where basically he slowly has to learn how to be himself. He slowly has to learn how to be himself. It's something very similar to Hook with Robin Williams. Kind of really something like that too. There's even kind of a scene where something kind of like that happens, where like they don't believe that he's Christopher Robin after like this very scene where like, because again, like 100 Acre Woods, I'm pretty sure you could do like a whole thesis on this movie at some point. But like 100 Acre Woods is like kind of Christopher Robin's in like one point where Pooh, he gets angry at Pooh for like leading them in circles. Pooh said, maybe you should let me go, like you said, like the other people that you're gonna work with. And Christopher like, maybe I should. Turns around, Pooh's gone. Robin immediately gets scared, runs through the forest, lands in this big hole, and then has a dream where a Heffalump is gonna hurt him, and then you see Pooh coming to try to save him, and it can't. And then he wakes up, and then basically you see in the trailer, he goes to find all his friends, and eventually finds Pooh on the log and stuff, and like, god dang, this movie got me almost to cry like a couple times. It's so goddamn. It's like, oh, it's so sad, it's so happy and stuff like that, and it's so good and stuff. Oh, me. Oh god, but yeah, I love this. This movie is really fun. I love this movie. It's again, it's certain thing, and again, like it, and then basically after they find everyone, and Chris Robin goes back home because he has to go to like a meeting or whatever. It turns out that Tigger didn't pack inside like Chris Robin's suitcase that he carries around all the way everywhere the papers that he needs. So then they have to go to London to give him back his papers, but they come out where the old cottage where Chris Robin's old house was, and then they team up with the daughter and have to go to London. The mother has to chase after them basically. And basically, it's Chris Robin trying to like refine his childhoodness or trying to refine himself. Again, there's a similar scene where like everyone doesn't remember, except for Pooh, of course, but everyone doesn't remember that he's Christopher Robin until he starts acting like Christopher Robin again, until he finds that again, his innocence and stuff like that, and that's nice. I like that. That was good. This is a really emotional movie. Again, like I've seen similar movies like this before. Again, like this character is brought into the real world, or brought into this world, disrupts this one person's life who's mostly focused on work and stuff like that, but tries to, bring them out of it. I've seen that in a lot of them. That's like a standard when they try to do the brought to the real world, cartoons to the real world trope. But honestly, this one, I'll say this one at least was a little bit better or something, even though there was some weird, like, in the beginning, especially with, like, some of the office workers, there's, like, some weird tone issues a little bit, but that usually kind of gets pushed aside a little bit later on. And then there's, like, they got some voices back, like Tigger, Pooh, Eeyore, and Piglet. Those four sound perfect, but Rabbit that's not Rabbit's voice, and I don't believe that's Owl's voice. Kanga and Roo, I'm not entirely sure, and also like I just realized like oh wow like Tigger and Kanga were like the original ones. Where I'm like oh I hope they get together. Like back when I first watched the original cartoon and stuff like that, because like that I like that relationship, but because Tigger likes Kanga, if I remember. Yeah. But yeah, like this was a nice movie. I like this movie. It was it rides more on emotion, and I'm fine with that. I loved it. It was good. And there's a lot of funny scenes where like where Pooh or like them are talking, or like when Christopher Robin has to take Pooh with them. And like they're going on the train, and like someone tries to come into their train car, and then looks at them, and he's like, "Sorry, this is occupied." And he looks at Winnie the Pooh, who's just sitting there. He's like, "It's his nap time," and they're just like, and walks away. Or the point where like or like the nice point where like Pooh's balloon kind of gets stuck in the door, and Robin says, "Well, I guess you don't need that anymore." But then when they get off the train, they're like, Pooh's like, "My balloon," and Robin, not with malice or anything like that, where a lot of movies could have done, like, he's like, "Oh, here's your balloon." Like, something like that is like, "Oh, here's your balloon, you silly old bear." And stuff like that. I'm like, "Oh, it's so nice." I'm like, "Oh, God." Like, this made me feel, oh, God. It rides with such many emotions, and I love it. I love this movie. It's a cute movie. I love this movie. But anyways, I definitely say go check it out. Everyone just goes crazy when they watch them. Like when Christopher Robin's daughter has all of the stuffed animals. Has like Tigger. It has Pooh, Tigger, Eeyore, Piglet, and like at one point one of the taxi driver driving sees Tigger, and Tigger goes, "Follow that Tigger!" Because he thinks that the other Tigger is in the window, and they're like, "Ah!" And like basically they run away. Basically he crashes and just gets the cops and everything involved, and like the taxi driver's like, "Officer, arrest them!" And like you just see the little girl with the animals, and the officer's like, "Want to arrest her and the little animals?" And what is it? Fudge. She goes, "Sir, my dad's over there." He's like, "Oh, go on then." And then Tigger goes, "Thank you, buddy." And friendly Snagglepuss. Woo! Tops are made of rubber. And then like the cop and like the other guy are like, what the? And like, you saw it, right? You saw it. He's like, comes like, no, I didn't see anything. It's a good movie. I like it. It's a nice movie. I really do like it. If you like Winnie the Pooh, this is a nice little movie. It's probably one of the better like live action Disney movies. I'll say because it's not just rehashing something. I would rather watch this over a lot of the other rehashed live action movies. I would rather see this. Okay, I liked it. It was fun. But yeah, it was awesome. I love this. But tell me what you guys in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Interviews I've done. Links are on my Facebook around there somewhere. Tell me if any of you have seen the original Winnie the Pooh stuff. I remember I used to watch that on VHS a lot. But yeah, just thanks for watching. I can still have VHS. Thanks for watching. Check out the videos, and we will. See you later. The tops are made out of rubber. The bottoms are made of spring. They're bouncy, 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 fun, 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 fun. Wonderful thing about Tarzan, he's the only one. He's the only one.